going from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Television. I am your host, Lavian Cupid, and I am happy to be seated here in front of you this morning. We are coming to you live from the Magdalena Beach and Grand Beach and Golf Resort here in Lowlands, Tobago. We are outside this morning. It is Friday, the 30th of August, 2024. The holiday. Happy Independence, Trinidad and Tobago. 62nd independence. Yeah, it has been 62 years of these two great little islands together. All right. If you are looking at us from Ampere One live on Facebook or YouTube, I want to thank you for choosing us this morning and always choosing us and making us your number one morning program. And as we are celebrating independence, just recently the Prime Minister would have announced that Miss Gillian Bishop was tasked with the responsibility of redesigning the coat of arms, and so we are looking forward to that. And she's no stranger to designing. She designed our highest honor, the Order of the Republic. And so I think it's very interesting as we wait to see what she would bring and what it would look like as we take part and we pay attention and we be patriotic in this time. We will all love to see the steel band on the coat of arms. Yeah. So I want to thank you again as we head on to Biana for the 90 seconds.
Thank you, Lavian. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday, August 30th, 2024. The management of Trinidad and Tobago Transport Company Limited would like to inform all truckers and port users the inspection and repair of the MV Cabo Star have been successfully completed. Consequently, the vessel will resume operations from Port of Spain on Friday, 30th August, 2 p.m. and from Scarborough Port at 11. The regular sailing schedule will resume on Sunday, September 1st, 2024. Up next, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has announced that local designer and jeweler Gillian Bishop has been tasked with drafting a new design for Trinidad and Tobago coat of arms. Although the cost and delivery timeline for the design will not disclose, Rowley assured that it would not be an expensive endeavor. He also addressed concerns about the inclusion of elements like the steel pan on the emblem, suggesting it depends on space and design balance. He also mentioned that the public is welcome to submit designs idea as a committee is handling the redesign process. Bishop, who has been a jeweler since 1992, is recognized for her work, which is featured in private collections worldwide. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
All right, thank you for that, Biana.
Yes, Lavian.
Yes. I don't know if you are as excited as I am to see what Miss Bishop is going to bring.
Yes, I'm really excited, especially with the inclusion of that pan. It was so much of an uproar in the space about it. So let's just wait and see, what she will do for us.
Yes, indeed. And I think it's quite an interesting read to read about all the other projects that she would have worked on.
Yes,
it is not her first time working for the state.
Yeah,
and designing some of the familiar emblems that we know. So I'm quite interested and excited to see what she would bring. And at 80 years old, and still so sharp.
Yes. That's really a talent.
Yeah, we could all only wish for that. And the Independence Weekend, what are you up to?
Well, it's the usual parade and the fireworks, but I would not be taking in the parade per se, but probably the fireworks.
Well, the sun has been sunning these days, so I know, and I don't know if I could promise the parade, but definitely the fireworks. All right, thank you so much for that, Biana. All right, viewers, and we go into our birthday shout out, straight into our birthday shout outs this morning, persons celebrating their birthdays, and we have the beautiful Renee, good morning and happy birthday, my dear. Wishing you all the best from your loved ones and your family here at Tobago Updates Television. We are sending you so much love and God's continued blessings. All right. And we are also going to wish Miss Marsha Phillips happy birthday to you. Happy birthday going out to you, Marsha Phillips. Praying God's continued blessings on you this morning. And please do enjoy your day. Go out there and have a blast. It is a beautiful weekend. Have a blast. And Miss Kaylan Baker, happy birthday to you too, girl. God's richest blessings upon your life. Do have a blast today. All right. And I know, viewers, you're probably wondering, well, who we have this morning, what conversations we have with you this morning, because as usual, we always have a good lineup for you. And today will prove no different, all right? So we will be starting off with soca artists, because remember, on a Friday morning when you see me, it is our countdown to Tobago October Carnival. So you have the Carnival segment. And so this morning we're starting off with soca artist, Mr. Wendell Frederick. And he has a new release, Let It Fly. Let It Fly. So we'll be speaking to him, and then we'll be heading over to Marcus. And Marcus would be speaking to Mr. Gerard Stewart, the owner of Optimum Cooling, and they would be discussing Books and Wheels, a charity auto event. And then you have Marcus again ending off the morning with you, talking all things sports and bringing you everything that you need. All right. So again, I want to thank you for choosing us this morning, for staying with us, and don't go anywhere because we have a packed show for you. But as we go for a short break, remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
How it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Remember the days when party was party?
Oh, na 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 na.
Well, we're bringing those days back in one night. School Fear.
Brown a man where you have a big ninja bike, come a ride for every night you pick up the phone. Tell me a lie why you can't come home. You want to make me draw for your part-time lover.
School Fear. On Friday, August 30th at Fairways Restaurant and Lounge from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Kick off the holiday with a blast from the past.
Jump up and scream 'cause you no carry no bell. Go Rachel, go Rachel.
Join us for the ultimate old school party the night before the holiday, Friday 30th August. Free shots all night long, retro vibes, classic hits, and memories in the making. This is one party you don't want to miss. School Fear.
Get ready to celebrate with us in style on the 31st of August at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort for our premium all-inclusive Independence Party from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. A premium drinks inclusive event with top DJs, fireworks, and a slumber party for the kids for only 100 TT. Tickets for this premium all-inclusive event is only 400 TT at Island E-Tickets and the resort. For more information, call 660-8500. Mark your calendars now for this premium all-inclusive Independence Party.
Now is the time for it to jam on somebody. Hand up in the air, madness everywhere. It's in with DNA.
up. You don't have to sneak in. You don't have to sneak. Pigeon Point security, we have access pass. You don't have to sneak in.
What access pass is that?
The new Pigeon Point Breaking Beach access card. With this card, you can get free access to Pigeon Point, a free umbrella, and a free chair. So make sure you get your Pigeon Point access card.
I can get that?
Definitely. This is your access card, so you can now go into Pigeon Point.
Okay. Guys, we outside in Pigeon Point, sun and sand, and we enjoying it with we access cards. All social media links to Youth Voice and Pigeon Point would be tagged, and stay tuned for it.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Together we aspire, together we achieve, together we have power, together you must believe. All your love Tobago, all you come and put up your hands, yes, so put it up, so this is our country. All I want from you is peace and unity. I hope you agree. So let me jump and wave and misbehave. And why? It belong to me. Yes, it belong to you.
an absolute special individual and someone very close to us here at the Tobago Updates television family, Mr. Anton Parks. Happy birthday going out to you, Parkos. We hope that you have a ball today. We hope that you have a blast. We hope that you are surrounded by love and enjoyment and fulfillment. We pray God's continued blessings on you. Happy birthday again, Parkos. All right, so viewers, as I told you before, it is the Carnival segment here on Tobago Updates Television, the morning show every Friday morning. And we are kicking off this morning with Mr. Wendell Frederick, a soca artist right here on the island. Let it fly as we dive into Tobago October Carnival. Mr. Frederick, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, and good morning to the whole of Tobago and the Caribbean at large.
All right, nice. Tobago October Carnival is in the air.
Yes.
Let it fly. Loving the beat, liking the song. But tell me a bit about the artist. Tell me a bit about Mr. Frederick.
Wendell Frederick, is a humble guy. Was into the Carnival, was into the Calypso arena for the past 20 years. But because I want to be a part of Tobago build-up, Tobago Carnival, I jump into the soca arena. But actually, I'm not accustomed being in the soca arena. I'm a Calypsonian. My name is Excite. Right. So this is my first year into the soca arena.
All right. So 20 years, but you've been in Calypso, first time jumping into soca.
Yes.
All right. Could you tell me, because I mean, over those 2 decades there, you would have been influenced by some of our greats. Which one of our greats, or which ones? How many of our greats would have influenced?
There's a lot of soca artists, giants that I love. But the one that stands out to me is Blue Boy. Blue Boy is a soca giant.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I want to take a little, not a part of his song, but you know what I mean? I like the waving thing. I think that if you want to enjoy the Carnival, you have to be a part of the waving.
Get something and wave.
Not get something and wave, but you know, put it up high.
Yeah.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Right, okay, I like that. All right, so soca, your first year with soca.
Yes.
All right, so tell me a bit about the song. Who wrote the song? What was the inspiration? Who produced the song?
Right. Well, I did all that. And the song is not only just to wave, because we're looking at the crime that's taking place in Tobago. So what I'm trying to influence others. I mean, if you want to have a good time, yes, put something up in the air and wave. But I also mentioned that if you don't want no gunshot, if you want nobody to die in this party, put your rag up in the air and wave. So it's not only just having fun, but it also is a correctional, enjoying with correctionalness.
Right, there's a lesson in the song.
A lesson in the song.
All right, but is it the first time that you wrote a song, or have you been writing your songs in the past?
Yes, I have been writing all my songs. I went to Skinner's Park in 2015 with a calypso that I wrote, which is lock them up and throw away the key. But they didn't take me on.
Yeah.
But I'm coming again. So I'm always telling, even our borders, I have a song coming like, you know, we had to protect our borders. And we always telling those that are in charge, but like somehow they're not listening.
They're not listening.
So I think you all have to listen, the Calypsonians, whosoever in charge, listen.
Yeah, I mean, we would have always known that creatives like yourself, what they present into the public domain is really always a representation of what is happening in society. And so you would have said that you touched a bit on the crime. Do you think that a more emphasis on the cultural arts, on the arts, will help with a reduction of the crime to help grab back the attention of the youth?
It could, but I think the first step that we have to take is those that are in charge have to do what they have to do, because we could sing how much we want to sing. But if the border not being secure, there is nothing that we could do. So first of all, those that are in charge have a responsibility to secure our borders for we all to be safe.
Yeah, all right. The music is an influential tool. Yeah, I mean, a lot of what we do, a lot of what we say, our mannerisms, you know, not only that the music carries it, but we carry ourselves as a reflection of that type of music. Your calypsos that you would have sung in the past, has that always been the way in which you would have gone, the messages that you would have always tried to put out?
Yes. And as you talk about that, a lot of Calypsonians always singing that message, but because they are not getting the assistance, sometimes it's just going through the air. Because those who are in authority not listening to what so you take it, the Calypsonian is a messenger. So I think those who are in charge, you hear keep on sticking on those who are in charge, because it is a responsibility for those who are in charge to take heed and do something.
Yes. Yeah, those in charge do have a responsibility to the culture. Totally agree with that. All right, so moving back a little bit onto the song.
Right.
So tell me about the production. Who produced the song?
Yes, I want to say thumbs up to Tower. Stone Tower.
Yes.
Stone Tower, you do an excellent job. And I think anybody who want to have a good production in Tobago, I think you need to see Stone Tower.
Yeah, all right. So how was it like working with him? How was the collaboration like? When you took the song to him, what was the feel? What was the vibe?
Well, Stone Tower as an engineer, he doesn't get any fuss. He just take what you bring and make it into something.
Right.
So that is, I didn't have no headache at all.
All right. And how long were you all working on the song? How long was the process?
Well, Stone Tower work at least, I think it was about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks, yeah.
Right, all right. And so with Tobago October Carnivals, because Let It Fly is a soca song, so could we be seeing you for Soca Titans?
Hopefully, God willing, yes, I will be there.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, so we will be seeing you on stage, jumping, something to wave.
Yes, I will be there by the grace of God.
Right, all right. Well, we definitely have something to look forward to. All right, but switching gears a bit back onto the song, could you give me a bit of the lyrics? Give me, I mean, not to sing, but if you could recite for me some of the lyrics and we could get some of the inspiration behind that.
Okay, the second verse says, if you don't want, or if you want to have a good time, if you don't want anyone to die, if you don't want any guns in this place, put your rag up in the air. If you don't want no fighting in this place, put your rag up in the air. And I think if all who want to party for this carnival, if you don't want any crime, all you have to do is represent your rag up in the air. So I could go much further, but I think I will hold it there for now.
Yeah. All right, I like that. If you don't want much crime, put your rag up in the air. So Let It Fly is a hands up, rags up, jump up type soca song.
Yes.
To bring the enjoyment and bring the feel on the road.
Right, because I start off the song with together we aspire. Together we achieve. So if we want to achieve that togetherness in Tobago Carnival, put your rags up in the air.
Good, patriotic as well. I like that. But as you just touched on Tobago Carnival, this is our 3rd edition. How are you feeling about Tobago October Carnival?
I am feeling it already. Just waiting for the things to actually kick off.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, nice. And have you seen, what are your thoughts on the development and the growth from since the last 2 years and now this is the 3rd year? I mean, looking at our marketing strategies, I saw that festivals was in Trinidad and there's a roving going on right now, currently going on. I think they're moving to the north and the east. They did the south and somewhere else already, but they have been in Trinidad marketing. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about even international and regional patrons coming to the island to participate?
Yes, I think this season we will have a boom season because even Tobago Chambers was on the show sometime, and I was on my bed and I listened the Tobago Chambers guide. And we actually, I think that this year we will have a bumper season. I stay on the bed again and watch in Trinidad where they're exposing Tobago Carnival, and I say, yes. I said, this season, I have to be a part of this Calypso and Carnival season. Cannot go and leave me this year.
Yes.
So I think that it's going forward.
Going forward, and there is some growth. Yes, there is some growth. All right. And what about, I want to ask you a bit about honing our artist talent here on the island. Because, you know, there would have been talks in the past that, you know, Tobago artists don't put out their best or they give mediocre, but do you think that they have been really working on their skill, honing their talent? Do you think that there's room for the ones in charge to do more, or is it that there's room for artists to take upon themselves their own personal development? Like, what do you see there for the growth of the industry or growth of the artists on the island?
Okay, well, I think those in charge doing well, because what they're doing right now, they are getting the youths to recognize, to come forward to do their stuff. And I think that is a thumbs up. So all the youths getting recognized and all the artists in Tobago, and you see the braveness. Now, what I would like for Tobagonians to do, we had to get out of the shyness and just be brave and come out and do the best that you could do.
Right.
The best that you could do. Just be brave.
Good, nice. But let me ask you some questions about you now. Now, anyone looking, probably wanting soca artists this Tobago October Carnival season and wanting to get in contact with you, wanting to hear your music, where can they go? Any social medias, any phone numbers, any release on any radio stations? You talking to any radio stations? Anything that we can look forward to?
Yes, well, tomorrow I will be on 91.9 for 11 o'clock tomorrow. And pertaining to the release, I have to come back and do that because I didn't get that done as yet. Okay. So when I come back the next time, I will give that announcement.
All right. And any contact information for you?
Like phone contact and stuff?
Yeah, any contact information that persons can get you on.
Well,
that would be good for you.
Wendell Frederick at gmail.com, you know what I mean, You know, if you want to get in touch with me, if you want my number, 335-8391, you know, get in contact with me if you want your session to be nice.
Right, so, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, because you're no stranger to the stage.
No stranger to the stage.
And I definitely want to see what you bring to the stage because I have a feeling it's going to be vibe after vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will see.
We will see. So you promise that you'll be back on the show here with us?
Yes, please go ahead, yes.
Entertainment Central as well.
Yes.
All right, good. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mr. Frederick.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. All right, viewers. So remember, every Friday morning, just like you would have Marcus, and you look forward to seeing Marcus and hearing all things about sports here on the island. Friday mornings, you will have me here as we count down Tobago October Carnival 2024. Ritual, revelry, and release. Are you excited? Because I am. And I hope that you are using our hashtag. Remember, Entertainment Central every Friday night, 8 p.m. here on Tobago Updates Television. Whether you are viewing us live on YouTube, Facebook, or 102 on Amplia, do not miss a beat. And remember the last episode, I would have told you that we have a competition that you want to take part in, you want to be a part of. Think about it. Every single thing for Tobago October Carnival, for your Tobago October Carnival experience paid for. So right now, I'm sitting outside on the deck of the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort. And of course, that is going to be inclusive in the prize that you are going to win. So it is 3 nights and 4 days. Guys, come on. Everything inclusive. On top of that, transportation will be covered as well. Yeah. And you're going to be on the road with, guess who? Fog Angels Mass. You're going to be on the road with Fog Angels for Pretty Mass and Juve. You can't get it any better than that. But you know, we're not going to put you on the road. We're not going to just put you up, and we're not just going to provide your transportation and everything. We have to train a few fetes in there. I mean, it is Tobago October Carnival, so it is fete after fete after fete. Everybody is out. Your girl is outside. I am outside. I'm not going to be missing a beat, right? And we have fetes like Nirvana all-inclusive, premium all-inclusive, and that is what we will be offering you here. So come on, don't miss an episode. When I tell you don't miss an episode, every Friday night, be tuned in at 8 p.m. for Entertainment Central with your girl Lavion. Yes, your gracious host, me, all right? Every single Friday night, I would be there, and we would be doing all the things, because I have been out there attending everything, all the events just for you, eating all the food. You know, I don't miss the food events, yeah? I taste everything. I am out here doing the good Lord's work, right? For you, just for you, so that you will not miss a beat as we come down to Tobago October Carnival 2024. I hope you have already picked your section from all the bands that we would have spoken to, all the Juve bands that we would have spoken to. I hope that you have already pick your section, know who you're jumping with. I mean, even if you haven't, guess what? We have so many more shows in store for you that you are going to I think you're going to be confused a bit, because you're not going to know exactly who you want to jump with. But you know what I'm loving about our bands is that they are all inclusive. Most of the bands that we have been speaking with, they are all inclusive with food, drinks, and breakfast, everything that you need to be on the road. Not only that, too, inclusive with body types. Females, yeah, these bands are catering to every single body type. Whether you're thick, in between, slim, thick, whether you want to cover, whether you want to go bare, or however you want to do it to be on the road. It is your time to be free. And like Wendell Frederick's song says, let it fly, right? So with your hands in the air and your rags in the air, we'll be definitely enjoying Tobago October Carnival. And I mean, as we even talk about fetes, have you chosen your fetes yet? Because I mean, feting is a skill. Fetting is a skill, because in between there we have work and we have life, and you know life is life, and so you have to know which fete you're gonna hit. Would I be able to wake up next morning? Would I be rejuvenated in time for Monday morning? If I hit Friday, Saturday, do I take Sunday off? Is this fete a must hit? Like, what is it? So you definitely have to know which fete you are going to hit. But remember, Entertainment Central here on Tobago Updates Television, keeping you locked in, all right? So after me, you have your gracious host, Marcus, will be coming to give you everything sports that you need, all right? So don't go anywhere at all. Please stay tuned to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. Again, thank you for always choosing us and making us your number one. And we end off, all right, or at least we go for a break. But right before we go for a break, we have Mr. Wendell Frederick's song playing for you, all right? And after that, don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Let it fly high, like an airplane in the sky. Let it fly high, all you go ask me why. Let it fly high, like you're waving them goodbye. Let it fly high, hey! My brother, we aspire. My sister, we achieve. Together, we have power. Together, you must believe. All you want some loving in here tonight. Let me see your rag. Show me your rag. Hey, all you want some whining in here tonight. Let me see your rag. Show me your rag. So we jump and wave and misbehave.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU. Attention all talented individuals and groups in Tobago. This is your moment to shine. Showcase your skills in music, dance or drama at Tobago Star Quest. Prelim auditions are held every Sunday across various communities throughout Tobago. Seize the chance to win exciting prizes and demonstrate your talent. For more details, visit our Instagram page at tobago.star.quest or email tobagostarquest@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you there.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Go in. You have to stop it. You have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it.
That's it. That's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi viewers, welcome back to Big Updates Television. And of course, we are here at the beautiful Magdalena Golf and Beach Resort. I'm so happy to be outside today, finally. I mean, yes, I love the Tobago Updates location where it's presently held at Port Mall. But sometimes, being sporty, I like to be outside. So I want to thank Magdalena and thank Woods and the guys for hooking us up outside today. And of course, we are into the sporting segment, and I'm joined by a very special guest this morning. We're talking about something that I'm very happy to see in this space. I mean, the school is going to be returning on Monday, and this initiative actually geared towards that return on Monday. And I'm here talking with Mr. Stewart. It's Jared Stewart.
Hi, good morning.
Yes. Jared, I mean, how are you this morning?
I'm good. It's a nice morning, nice breeze.
Yeah, beautiful. And look at the backdrop. I mean, I'm hoping that I can have this every other Friday when I'm here on Tobago Updates talking about sport. But Jared, we're talking about your event called Books. It's Books and Wheels, right? Books and Wheels. And it was held last Sunday, right? This is what, the third edition you had?
This is the second edition.
The second edition. So for those who are not sure about Books and Wheels, let's give us a brief synopsis of what the event is all about.
All right, so Books and Wheels is basically a charity event where we're doing books giveaways, stationery giveaways, and just getting the kids ready to get back out to school with a twist of the car show segment involved. Right. So what we do, we just try to merge the two, merge the interest that the kids have with the cars and getting them ready for school, and we just merge it and create an event.
So it was a car show as well?
It was a car show as well.
All right. In terms of the inspiration behind the whole event, I mean, tell me about that inspiration, the discussion to come up with a charitable event, because I mean, you seem like a very young person, and you more find young people more geared towards, I mean, a more selfish behavior in that sense. But to come up with such an initiative where you're giving back to the Tobago space, right? Tell me about the inspiration behind the Books and Wheels event.
Well, I've always had a passion for motorsport, and I've always had a passion for giving.
Right.
In 2022, I was invited by Jamoy Henry. They partnered with Community Development. They had a ride along with me.
Right.
That was they had a camp, and on the last day of the camp, they did some motorsport.
Right.
They invited us to bring our cars for the children to view the vehicles. They had the TTPS, educating them on traffic violations and safety precautions to take while driving. And just seeing the energy and the hype that the children gave us.
Yeah.
I said, well, now we have to do something. We had to do something like that for the kids.
Yeah.
So that was in August, and between then we had about 2 weeks, and we pulled off the first event in 2 weeks.
This is the Books and Wheels.
This is the first time of Books and Wheels.
Right.
We basically came up with it, and we had 2 weeks to execute it.
Right. So, and Jamoy is who? Who's Jamoy?
Jamoy Henry.
Yeah.
She is one of the people involved with Bethel. I think it's Bethel Community Council.
Right. So you merge a passion for giving back with what you like to do, drive fast.
Correct.
All right. And then obviously, like them young people, and they like to see fast cars and like to hear the engine roar. But I've also followed you guys. I mean, I've seen you guys in RFC doing different things.
Yeah. So that's part of a bigger group. We together with the drifters, we try to accommodate the career days and carry up the vehicle, just to let the kids know that there is something other than the doctors and the lawyers. There's other professions out there that
it could be Peter Schumacher.
Yeah.
It could be
yeah. So it's just we partnered with the other drifters, and we just try to go from school to school to just do that. And
that's fantastic. So tell me about the turnout this year. I mean, was it bigger than last year?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Our aim actually is to just keep growing and get bigger each year, and just to accommodate more and more children.
Oh, and in terms of the event itself, how do you raise the items? Is it that's an entrance fee? You bring a book and then you get in. Tell me about the whole logistics of the event.
Well, there's no entrance fee. What we do, we come together. We're thankful for the sponsors on board.
Right.
Also.
We'll get to the sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some sponsors on board. And you just come in free. This year we did a cheat system.
Right.
So we give you a cheat at the door, and during the event is when we do the giveaways. We have some package giveaways.
Right.
We play some games also where we do some giveaways and they give the children and the parents a chance to earn some prizes.
So where do you get the items? Is it that you put out like an advertisement, Books and Wheels, and to come to the event you have to work with a book item or something? how does it work?
Well, we did know with the advertisement as the second. We are a growing entity. So for this one, it's just the people who heard the initiative and just were willing to jump on board when they heard what it was about, and they came on board, and we got it done.
So persons basically donated. And in terms of the items that are donated, do you have like a list, or they just free to donate whatever they have? Is it new, old? How does it work?
Well, let me let something out of the bag. Yeah. So for the next installment, we plan to do some used books. We plan to have a tent with the used books. So if you have a child in that standard, they can just come below the tent. You just choose the book. And
That's like
have that this year, but for this year, what we basically new books, copybooks, pens, pencils, the stationery, a book bag. So we just did that.
Are you alarmed by the amount of persons that are interested in getting the items?
Yeah. It is how to put this. We take for granted the less fortunate. That is how I'm gonna put it. There are a lot of people out there in need of assistance, and there's a lot of people really appreciate the initiative, and I think the layman takes that for granted.
Yeah, and I think Tobagoans, because of our pride, we are ashamed to ask for help, but we really need help. But I like the fact that you put a twist to it. So you're coming to see some cars, they hear the engines roar, and I'm sure they have music as well with the cars as well.
No, we don't do the music.
So on the day, what you normally do?
Well, on the day where we just do is play some games. We had like musical chairs. We had a small goal where they try to shoot it in the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a eating race, a drinking race. We had a bouncy castle, face painting, that sort of thing, just to engage the children before the actual car segment.
So what is the car segment? What happens with the car segment?
The car segment is mainly drifting.
So you just do drifting.
That's the main attraction.
So any lucky patron, right, can have an opportunity to get in the car and do the or let's say you are the driver. Can they come to your front seat and have a?
Well, this year we did some pictures, and we also offer the ride along segment. We didn't do that for safety reasons this year, but we offer the ride alongs, and they come and take the pictures with the drivers, and that sort of thing.
Is this also an initiative to grow motorsport in Tobago?
Yes, it is, and to bring motorsport people together, and also bring awareness to everybody, because when everybody hear motorsport, they think wildness, they think speeding on the road.
Used to be wildness, because I would always give that experience of coming from country at night around about 11, and as I'm about to hit that's John Dyer Hill. I was directed to push in the bush because men speeding in the road, coming up the road, But now I realize that there is a motorsport association in Tobago, and they seem to be doing good things.
And they can be structured.
And they can be structured, because as you said, it's not just about football or cricket or the traditional sports. There's also other opportunities where sport is concerned. I mean, motorsport, and you can make money from it. Although I think it's an expensive one, But young people, they like that thrill of hearing the engines roar, and the music as well too. So to use this initiative to also highlight motorsport, I think it's a good one. But as a parent as well, you must feel really good about what you are able to do, you and your organization, in terms of giving back at this time, because as you said, we take for granted how many persons are less fortunate in the Tobago space, and some are really struggling, and they don't want to shortchange where education is concerned.
Yeah. And also I have two sons. And they are both heavily attracted to the motorsport.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So I guess they play that pivotal role in also what is taking place here, because they are more excited than me for the event.
Right. And tell me about your team. I mean, the name of do you have a name in terms of the organization? I mean, the event name is Books and Wheels, but what about your organization and your support?
Optimum Performance is the name of the
Optimum. Okay, and tell me about, you want to big up people who your volunteers, your team?
Well, firstly, the team behind the whole event that did the hard work behind the scenes. The volunteers, we had two volunteers. We had Whitney, and we had another girl from the front view, Barn Girl. The whole team, Patrick, Mikey, Randall, Javon, Janelle, OJ.
A big team.
Yeah. Everybody have their role to play. Everybody did what they had to do. Jerry, he worked really hard this time. So I had to big up Jarion.
Yeah, he worked hard this time.
Yeah, he worked hard. He really worked hard.
I like that. And I mean, in terms of some of the, can you give like an idea of how many persons were impacted, like in terms of families, how many
packages?
Yeah, how many packages you gave out?
All right, so in total, we did just shy of 400 packages.
For what, in terms of, when I say 400 families or 400 persons, tell me about that.
Well, one family could get more than one package because it's every child gets a chit.
Right. So, but how do you come up with who gets what?
No, well, we had packages for the high school and we had packages for the primary school.
Right.
So as you come with your chip, you just ask your high school, primary school, and whether you say high school or primary school, we give you the
it's like a Christmas bazaar, like
yes, it is.
Right. So 400 families were impacted.
Yeah.
Wow. And did you have like bookstores involved as well too, like sponsors?
No, we don't have any bookstores. Next year.
I like that. Yeah, because I mean, wow, 400. Wow. And I mean, did you when you set out to start this event, did you think that you'd have reached such a number?
No, this is actually mind blowing.
Wow. I'm actually shocked as well because I mean, yes, you are here also trying to promote the motorsport and trying to give back. But I mean, to impact 400 persons in terms of getting back out to school on Monday, right? And I'm sure they are very much thankful to you and your organization for coming up with this initiative. Any other plans in, like, not just books, but maybe we see what wheels and what? Something else?
Well, we will see how the future goes. Coming to that right now, we just be focusing on creating this as a
still building
as an iconic event.
As a calendar event every year.
Yes, we're trying to get it every year and go bigger and better every year.
So can persons still come and get, or you're all maxed out?
If it can still
still get, like, if somebody was linear and
we do give in throughout the year, you know. We do give in throughout the year. This is just the event that held towards. But anybody interested in wanting some books, wanting a little assistance, they could always reach out. There is no issue. We could put something together.
So how can they reach out?
They could reach out to my number 399-4589. I'm on Facebook, Gerard Stewart. On Instagram, Optimum Performance 5429.
Yeah, we need more of you in the Tobago space in terms of assisting people and giving back. I mean, as you say you have a liking to give back. Is it that when you were younger, you know, people would have supported you or your family in that regard? Because I mean, that can't just come just. You must have seen it, or probably.
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Also, I kind of grew up with all my cousins and everybody.
Right.
So we have that one plate of food. Let me get a piece of chicken. We have that, and that is what I
at least you ask people. With my family, I used to teach it, you know.
So that is what I grew up with. So since then, I have that kind of giving mentality.
Yeah, fantastic. I really commend, and I think we are here at Big Up Days. We commend you and your team for such a wonderful initiative. I mean, and let's tell me about some of the other things that you have done throughout the year and other things that you have planned coming up.
All right, so well, you just touched on it. From the school to school, we go from the schools in the career. In the career day, we did the first installment, and what we have planned for next year is to do it a little bit more structured. It was well structured this year, but we're looking to just keep improving and improving.
So the motorsport industry in Tobago, it's growing.
It is growing.
It
is growing, and I think more people are interested in coming into it when they see structure.
And if it is that I want to join the motorsport, because I've asked Alex Dexter about getting involved. I mean, how did you get involved in the whole motorsport industry?
Well, I've been in motorsport.
Is your father was a racer?
Well, my bigger brother, he's actually the person that had me into motorsport. I just took it and run with it.
But for you, it's not about racing. You do drifting.
I do drifting now.
You do drifting, so you race.
So I had a vehicle before. I had a wagon with a vehicle. I had a Civic. So I just now entered into the drifting arena. I've played all over. I did the off-road. I did motorbike.
Wow.
I've played all over.
But what's the thrill in what you do, drifting and racing? Because I like speed, but I like speed, but I don't like speed. And you see, like what you mentioned, you were controlled. and then you put the safety in place in terms of the barriers in the vehicle and the helmet and all these different things. I mean, what's it feel for you with the whole drifting and racing?
I think everybody has that one thing that takes them away from everything.
Yeah.
It's just some people haven't found it as yet, but everybody has that, and this is just my thing, that you just get into that vehicle and the worries are life. Everything else just goes on the back door until you finish.
Yeah. And what would you like for motorsport in Tobago? What's your? I mean, we'll have been coming for a home for motorsport, but you guys are out at Bacalet Pirate Square. But what's that one thing that you will want?
I would like to see the government get involved and push motorsport as a sport. The same way they push for football and cricket. I would like to see the government really get on board and push motorsport as a sport. Because it is a sport all around.
Of course. There's a guy from he has Caribbean roots. He's in the American race right now. Let's call him a young guy. Is Hamilton? Is Lewis Hamilton his name?
He has Caribbean roots.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that. Oh, he's a Caribbean girlfriend or something like that.
Well, I need to show
but as you said, it have a lot of. It can make a lot of money from motorsport, but some people see it as an expensive sport. You know, but I mean, if you want to get to the top, you have to invest. You have to invest.
You want to run past it. The spice is expensive.
Exactly.
Play football, the tugs is expensive.
Yeah, because I was watching Olympics recently, and they were talking. I was watching cycling. They were talking about the cost for a bike.
Yeah.
I mean, a bike can buy a BMW, you know. One of those the little things, the 2 wheels can buy a.
Make a lift with one hand.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if you want to be the best and they want to beat the best, you have to get the best equipment. You know, but Jared, it has been a wonderful discussion here this morning. I mean, I don't know if you want to mention your sponsors, because obviously you couldn't have done it by yourself.
Yeah. Well, obviously you don't have the time to label, to name out all the sponsors. So just some of the sponsors that we would like to thank: EVT General Services, Berry Link Cellular, Shore Park Complex.
All right, yeah, for the space.
Yeah, for the space. Carmine Auto, MJ's, Transport, the Tobago Alley team, the Tobago Ranger Club.
Right.
Yeah, we just want to thank, and everybody else who came on board for the initiative, we want to say thanks.
Yeah, and any panel would you want to? And what I always ask people to do as well, especially persons of influence like yourself, for the young people that are misguided, and I say young people that are misguided, I'm sure that you watch news and you've seen all these tribunals that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago right now, where you have young people like yourself doing positive stuff. Just share some word of advice for them young people from you, please.
The change starts now. The change starts with you. If you want to do better, just do better.
Yeah.
Step by step, you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Because Rome isn't built in a day.
Yeah, fantastic. So guys, we've been chatting here with Mr. Gerald Stewart from Books and Wheels, Optimum Performance. I've been doing wonderful work, of course, here in the Tobago space, trying to ensure that there's a positive environment where young people gather. And I'm really, really appreciative of Jared and his team. And I'm hoping that, Tobago, you guys continue supporting him. 400 families impacted by the Books and Wheels initiative this year. What number can they achieve next year? That's dependent on you. And obviously, he has actually called on the bookstores and anybody watching this interview right now. You can call him. He mentioned his number.
399-4589.
Yeah, and you support. And I'm sure the families that have been impacted, they are going to go to school on Monday, bright and early. Very, very very, very happy that they would have been given an opportunity to excel because of this contribution from the Optimum Performance team. Guys, this brings to an end my segment here, the sporting segment. Of course, this is the eve of independence, and I want to say happy birthday to the country. Tomorrow we celebrate 61 years of independence. And don't forget, we have the Independence Regatta and Boat Show tomorrow at the Scarborough Esplanade. Yes, I'm hearing all kind of bantering taking place on social media with Castara and Roxburgh and all these people. So get down there at the Scarborough Esplanade tomorrow, 11 a.m. until. I am going to be there as well. I'm going to see all the boats racing and a number of other activities to take place down there tomorrow as we celebrate 61 years of independence. Yeah, continue to be safe out there and do have yourself a wonderful day and, of course, a wonderful weekend. I'm going to show you over to Good Morning Tobago with Natalie. But don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.
infrastructure is being developed because we have another dream. We have a dream when Cove Industrial Estate will in fact be an industrial estate, and there will be the need to transport containers in and out of Cove. We build this dream because we see an increase in tourist arrivals at the new terminal, and we want to move them as quickly as possible out of Crown Point into the rest of the beauty that is Tobago. And as you traverse along that road, on the interior, you will meet a roundabout that will be named after Dr. Jefferson Davidson. Dr. Davidson took over the helm from Mr. A.N.R. Robinson when he departed our shores in '86 to become Prime Minister of the country. He was also the first presiding officer of the modern Tobago House of Assembly. And then as you come to this direction, and Secretary James mentioned it, this roundabout here at Shervan will be named after James Bigat. What he did not tell you about James Bigat is that James Bigat is actually responsible for the education of hundreds, thousands of Tobagonians. The road we are standing on today will be appropriately named the Pamela Nicholson Avenue. But as fortunes will have it, the Pamela Nicholson Avenue will drive onto or intersect with a boulevard named after another Charlottevillian in the person of Dr. Winston Murray, the Dr. Winston Murray Boulevard. Coincidentally, both Dr. Murray and Miss Nicholson were members of Parliament for Tobago West.
It is with great humility and gratitude that I accept this token of your recognition of my life of service to Tobago. May we as a people continue to grow from strength to strength, always being blessed with visionary and selfless leadership as we position and promote Tobago as the gem of the Caribbean, cognizant of our positive contribution to the rest of the world. God bless Tobago, and may this project stand as a conduit for a buoyant tourist industry, one of the necessary pillars that will take our economy into world-class 21st century development.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Start to rise, the energy filled us
Welcome viewers, you are viewing GMT and it is Friday the 30th of August 2024. I am your host this morning, Natalie C.D. Richardson, and at this time we go straight into our news in 90 seconds. The management of the Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transportation Company Limited would like to inform all truckers and port users that the inspection and repair of the MV Cabo Star have been successfully completed. Consequently, the vessel will resume operations from Port of Spain on Friday, August 30th, 2024 at 2 p.m., so that's today, and from Scarborough Port at 11 p.m. The regular schedule will resume on Sunday, September 1st, 2024. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced that local designer and jeweler Gillian Bishop has been tasked with drafting a new design for the Trinidad and Tobago coat of arms. Although the cost and delivery timeline for the design were not disclosed, the Prime Minister assured that it would not be an expensive endeavor. He also addressed concerns about the inclusion of elements like the steel pan on the suggesting it depends on the space and the design balance. He mentioned it is welcome to submit design ideas as a committee is handling the redesign process. Bishop, who has been a jeweler since 1972, is recognized for her work, which is featured in private collections worldwide. And that was your news in 90 seconds. Now, this morning, I'm not coming to you from downtown Scarborough. We are here this morning at the Magdalena Grand Beach Resort. And as you can see, this is out in her glory. Joining me at this time is Assistant Superintendent of the TTPS, that's the Trinidad Police, Dirk John, and we are here, he is here to talk about Independence Parade, something we always look forward to. Definitely. Tobago, you know, our Independence Parade may not be as large as Trinidad, but it is special and grand in its own way, and it means a lot to us here on the island. So good morning, Assistant Superintendent.
Pleasant day.
And welcome to GMT this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful day.
Definitely. So before we get into talking about the regulations and traffic changes that, of course, we expect around this time every year, tell us a little about where you are assigned to, what you do in TTPS, and, you know, a little bit about your stay, because I understand you're not from Tobago, but
No,
you are now Tobagoan. So tell us a little.
You say that there, and a lot of people ask me, you know, how is Tobago treating you?
Yes.
You know, it's a beautiful place.
Yes.
You know, I love the atmosphere.
Right.
But I'm not a stranger.
Right,
All right?
definitely.
About 3.5 months,
Okay.
I was assigned to Tobago as the ASP, Assistant Superintendent, Tobago East. That's Mariah, Roxborough, and Charlottesville.
Okay.
You understand?
Mhm.
Wonderful capacity with the police team. And all we can do as persons assigned here is to work with, to lift, and to develop the capacity more of the Tobago police.
Definitely. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, it's a big day of Twin Island Republic celebrating our 62nd year of independence from Crown Colony British rule. And one of the marks of celebration is our Independence Day Parade on this island. So I want firstly for you to maybe just go through the steps in terms of what time the parade is expected to begin,
yes,
what time it ends, and viewers, I understand there's a change, a bit of a change, so let's listen now. We will get the information, all right, and of course we will talk about some of the restrictions coming into Scarborough. Again, we are accustomed to this, so don't get upset when the officer closes off the road by Rockley Vale and you find it too early that it closed off. Let's cooperate, all right, but let's get the information from the expert this morning. So tell us a little about start time, end time, and what to expect tomorrow.
What the viewers ought to know is that months now we have been planning to have this event unfold.
Right.
And the safety and security is of paramount importance. We do understand the climate. We know it's uncomfortable, but we don't want to inconvenience anyone. We do know that we need the support of the members of the public.
Right.
So we're going to encourage persons to come out tomorrow.
Of course.
Show your national colors. I love Independence Day. I normally take my kids to a location in Port of Spain, and we sit down and we just watch the parade pass, because I think we need that sense of fresh air.
So this would be your first parade in Tobago?
In Tobago.
All right.
And I'm eagerly anticipating.
Yes.
You know?
So you're going to have a blast.
Because I've been part of the rehearsals, and, you know, the men and women are doing a really good job.
Mhm.
So I think we are prepared to have a very lively and powerful event tomorrow. So I'm encouraging persons, come out, enjoy yourself.
What about safety? What should we as persons coming out to view the parade be aware of?
You will see a heightened police military presence. It's important because we have a lot of activities on the road where the parade is going to be passing along to enter into Scarborough. So don't be dismayed. It's important that we do have security plan.
And let's do route, because of course we know it starts, we call the parade ground, the stadium, Dwight York Stadium in Bacolet.
The parade starts at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Of course, the contingents would be there early, preparing themselves.
Of course.
And at the Bacolet ground in Scarborough there, right, just before the Dwight York Stadium.
Yes.
Certain dignitaries are going to enter and certain protocol established. And we're going to have that march past from the Bacolet ground, west along the Claude Noel, to enter left onto Wilson Road.
Right.
The parade will dismiss where the car park at the Scarborough port is. So people have a lot of opportunity to present themselves along the route. We don't want parking along the route.
Right.
It's a security concern,
Right.
obviously. But people can come out, their flags, their colors, just along the route there, into Scarborough, and things are going to be good.
Right, so I just want to zoom in on the end of the parade, because
Of
I think
course.
I heard a new endpoint. We're accustomed to the parade
At Garden Side.
at Garden Side car park,
Yes.
but you mentioned the port car park. So
Yes.
that's the car park where vehicles will usually park to go onto the
That is
ferry.
correct. That
All
is
right,
correct.
so
It
now
would be a no-enter zone for members of the public.
Right.
Obviously, due to the fact that we have a security issue there.
Now, the ending of the parade is a highlight for many of the persons, because you know you get the music, the bands, and they show off a bit when the parade is about to be dismissed.
Yes.
How will those attending the parade, you know, now be able to experience that, because the port car park will be restricted to those who
Yes.
are coming to view, because it's just for those on the parade to,
Yes.
you know, gather there and end. So how will
But the
now
side
that
streets
change?
would not be.
Right.
Even though we are restricting to a point vehicular traffic, especially within that port side there, members of the public can present themselves and take a view of
and watch the parade go into the car
That
park,
is right.
and it ends there, because
That
the
is right.
excitement is on the road.
from the start.
Right. Yes.
Natalie, from the start.
Yes. So let's talk a bit now about traffic restrictions. What's the drivers coming in? We know we have businesses in Scarborough. It's back to school, so some of the businesses are going to be opened. Of course, many of them may have adjusted their opening time because they know everybody's going to the parade and they may do their shopping after.
Yes.
What type of traffic restrictions are we looking at now upon entering that vicinity of downtown Scarborough, or even as the outskirts as Rockleyville? Because I know sometimes they close off that Rockleyville area
Yes,
as well.
yes. Some people would be familiar with the restrictions, but just to highlight,
Yes.
due to the fact that we have that security flow with the armed and unarmed contingent along the route, vehicular traffic based on legal notice number 152, signed off by our Commissioner of Police, Ms. Christopher. What I can tell you is that downtown-wise,
And viewers, I want you to pay attention,
Yes.
because many times, you know, we would say, I didn't hear anything, I didn't know. So let's try and get it. And as I say, many of us are used to it. We understand what's expected. Usually I would leave home so much earlier just so I can go and
Yes,
park
yes.
conveniently before the streets are closed off, you know. And so let's hear what the restrictions are.
well, let's look at the Claude Noel Highway side, okay? Between Bacolet Street and Wilson Road,
Yes.
it's closed off. Friendsfield Road between Dwight York Parade Grounds and Calder Hall, closed off. Milford Road between Dutchford Junction and Sangstead Hill, it's closed off. Now, we know it's going to be fluid on that particular day, so we're asking members of the public to pay attention to the directions of the officers who are on the ground.
And what about those who are living in the neighborhood? They may need to leave, or they worked night before and they are now coming home after a
Just
shift.
communicate with the officers. We do know when the parade is passing, just to hold a bit,
Right.
just exercise some patience.
Right.
But once they communicate their issue with the officers on the ground, we can make amends there. All right? We have the entering the Claude Noel Highway from Bagatelle number 2, Calder Hall Road, Rockley Vale, Darrell Spring Road, Wilson Road, Carrington Street, Milford Road. Entering into Scarborough, some restrictions. East of Bacolet Street along Claude Noel Highway, vehicles should turn left onto Bacolet Street and continue west into Scarborough. West of Orange Hill Road along Claude Noel Highway shall turn right onto Orange Hill. And we have from the North Side Road, vehicles shall proceed south across the Claude Noel Highway onto Upper Scarborough. From Calder Hall, vehicles shall proceed south across the Claude Noel Highway to Scarborough. Again, based on the fluidity of the situation, just pay attention to the officer's directions.
Right. And for those of you who didn't understand the restrictions, because sometimes it may sound complicated.
It's accessible via...
Right? It's going to be on their social media pages, I would suspect. And of course, we would also post it on our Facebook page. But all you have to do is cooperate with the police officers.
Thank you very
so
much.
if you are driving and you didn't realize the street was going to be closed at X time and the officer stops you, and I hope cordially has a conversation with you and redirect you, because we know sometimes the sun is hot. Like right now, the officer and I, we are feeling the sun in all her glory, and usually Independence Day is like that. We may have rain sometimes to start off, and then, you know, the sun comes out. You know, just adhere to the directions. Even if you don't understand, ask the officer quite politely, can you repeat for me, and try to get it, and just follow the instructions.
I think what people have a hesitation with is that they see the uniform, they don't want to approach.
And most of us don't like an inconvenience. Although we know we're having the parade, we know year after
just
year.
Talk to us. Just talk to us. It's human beings in uniform, though. Just talk to us. Once we know the situation, we listen and we cooperate.
But I like when the senior members of the police force come and sit with us and have these conversations. But sometimes we know, and this is not to bash the service, but we know that sometimes there are individuals who may not represent, you know, TTP
and
as
that's
well.
all sectors not.
Yes, of course. You always
Within
have
my
the
sector,
bad apples in every way. You have them in the nursing profession, teaching anyway. We understand that. But it's always, you know, interesting to hear from top up, you know, speak about how customer service is important, and how you
we do have a policy on customer service now.
Right, but some, you know, just don't get it. And we look forward to the improvement, and we always hear updates, you know, about that. So that's very important. But we have to do our parts as the general public. Let's follow the instructions. Be cordial as well, because some of us, when we see the uniform, we get a little excited. All right, so let us just follow the instructions. It's going to be a beautiful day. And I just want us to just touch, because I know some of our viewers may be Seventh-day Adventists who fellowship at the Good News SDA Church in downtown Scarborough. And they may be concerned in terms of accessing church. Is there another route? And again, I think you made it clear where just follow the instruction of the officers.
That particular situation, please speak to the officers.
Right, and of course we know if it is you are in transit, because I think service begins around 9:15, 9:30 a.m. If the parade is anywhere nearby, you know you have to find an alternative route. And the good thing about that is you do have alternative routes to get to service if you can't pass your regular Wilson roadside and come into town. All right. So if I can allow you just to greet our viewers with independence wishes, because we're wrapping up, and I know tomorrow is going to be a full day for you.
Yes, it's going to be.
All right, even leading up to the preparation today, I'm sure you have a busy agenda. So if you can, now is your time to send wishes to our viewers.
I'm encouraging members of the public to come out. I think we need this breath of fresh air. We understand that over the last few weeks, especially on the island of Tobago, we have been touched by criminal activity. We understand as well that the fear of crime is a factor. We are paying attention, we are listening, and we are acting. From the top level of the TTPS, top level of the Tobago Police, we are committed in bringing a more sense of safety and security on the island. So bear with us, work with us. If you see something, say something. You have the Avenue 555, 800 tips, 999. Okay? We're there for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Superintendent, for spending this morning with us and taking the hot sun with me to share the information. And again, welcome to Tobago.
Thank you for the time.
And viewers, of course, I encourage you to stay tuned. On the other side of the break, we have another interesting guest, Miss Sophia Cooper. And if you don't know who she is, you're not living in Tobago. And just perhaps if you are visiting and you're wondering who she is, stay tuned. You will definitely meet her on the other side of the break. Thank you, viewers, for choosing GMT this morning. See you after the break.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy felt.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Stop. You don't have to sneak in. You don't have to sneak. Pigeon Point security, we have an access pass. You don't have to sneak in.
What access pass is that?
The new Pigeon Point Breaking Beach access card. With this card, you can get free access to Pigeon Point, a free umbrella, and a free chair. So make sure you get your Pigeon Point access card.
I can get that?
Definitely. This is your access card, so you can now go into Pigeon Point.
Okay. Guys, we outside in Pigeon Point. Sun and San and we enjoying it with we access cards. All social media links to Youth Voice and Pigeon Point would be tagged, and stay tuned for it.
Remember the days when party was party?
Oh, na 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 na.
Well, we're bringing those days back in one night. School Fear.
Run a man where you have a big ninja bike, come a ride fun. Every night you pick up the phone. Tell me a lie why you can't come home. You want to make me draw for your part-time lover.
School Fear. On Friday, August 30th at Fairways Restaurant and Lounge from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Kick off the holiday with a blast from the past.
Jump up and scream, cause you know carry no bell. Go Rachel, go Rachel.
Join us for the ultimate old school party the night before the holiday, Friday 30th August. Free shots all night long, retro vibes, classic hits, and memories in the making. This is one party you don't want to miss. School Fear.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. up to 20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
Get ready to celebrate with us in style on the 31st of August at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort for our premium all-inclusive Independence Party from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. A premium drinks inclusive event with top DJs, fireworks, and a slumber party for the kids for only 100 TT. Tickets for this premium all-inclusive event is only 400 TT at Island E-Tickets and the resort. For more information, call 660-8500. Mark your calendars now for this premium all-inclusive Independence Party.
Now is the time for it to jam on somebody. Hand up in the air, madness everywhere. Itching with DNA.
Attention all talented individuals and groups in Tobago. This is your moment to shine. Showcase your skills in music, dance or drama at Tobago Star Quest. Prelim auditions are held every Sunday across various communities throughout Tobago. Seize the chance to win exciting prizes and demonstrate your talent. For more details, visit our Instagram page at tobago.star.quest or email tobagostarquest@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you there.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
This morning, Natalie Seeley Richardson, and it's all about Independence Day, Trinidad and Tobago style. What does independence mean to you? I know we love to dress up in our red, white, and black, but it's more than just wearing colors one day for the end, saying you're a proud Trinbagonian. As we continue talking about independence, we have Ms. Sophia Cooper, Special Programs Coordinator, responsible for education and outreach of the Assembly Legislature. And we are going to talk about the legislature, look at independence, what it means for us and for the Assembly. So stay tuned and be a part of this conversation as you listen in. And of course, if you have something to share, you can share your comments in our live chat this morning. Sophia, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure to have you on with us, sharing information and letting us know what's happening, whether it's the Halloween tour or the primary school debate and whatever else interesting and exciting is coming up. And I must say, I love how the Assembly Legislature has become user-friendly, if I can say that, because, we know it's for the assemblymen and they sit and they debate and who walks out and who does what. But we have so much information coming to us now where we can understand, what this is all about. And it has become so accessible to us because now you have people, having a tour of the building, the assembly, hearing its history. I mean, something so awesome. And our young children are getting this exposure. So good job to you and the team coming out of the legislature.
Thank you very much. And it is a team effort led by the presiding officer, Ms. Abby Taylor, the clerk of the assembly, who is the administrative head, and a dedicated core of people who tirelessly to ensure that we get information to the public in ways that are interactive and interesting.
Yes, and I really love, and it shows over the years the change. So kudos to all of you, Ms. Taylor and your team, the house clerk, everyone, and just continue representing, and you all are doing a marvelous job. And I know sometimes the people behind the scenes, you know, often go unthought of because you are doing, but you see the others all the time. So I think it's so important to recognize you all and let you know we see you, we hear you, and thank you so much. So let's talk a little bit about the legislature. I always say, you know, it cannot be said too much because there's always somebody who will not hear the information then. So for those of you who may have heard it, you know, it's just a recap for you. And for those who've never heard, you're in history class this morning. Let's talk a little bit about the assembly, what it means to Tobago. And I want to start off because we're looking at the independence idea. And Trinidad and Tobago was not always together.
Correct.
You know?
We did a special for the 60th anniversary that focused on independence from a Tobago perspective. And that was, we created content presented in a theatrical form, mapping Tobago's history within the context of Trinidad and Tobago. And that was with a couple hundred people, like about 600 people in Shaw Park. Now, why do I start at that point? We're talking about Tobago in the context of Trinidad and Tobago for independence. We're a unitary state. Looking at Tobago's history, we've always had a certain level of autonomy, at least for the last 200 years.
And I think I just want to pause here because I think a lot of persons don't know that because, you know, you have the modern conversation about autonomy and you hear people talk about why does Tobago want that? But Tobago had it. It's not necessarily new. The form of it in the modern presence may have its changing, but at one time, Tobago ran itself.
And so there's an evolution of governance on the island. The first assembly was in 1768. Georgetown, that's Port Granby. Scarborough was made the town the year after in 1769. So a lot of times when we have schools and visiting groups, we go through this history as part of our tour. Imagine that it's a classroom on wheels, so to speak. And you mentioned our special, which is Night of Mystery, held on the Thursday, the beginning of the Easter weekend, right? People don't have to wake up the next day to go to school or to work, right? And so we're using all these tools to make sure that the history is shared. And so when you come to the building, you're coming to the oldest legislative building in the country.
Imagine.
And so when we talk about independence, we're talking about not just Trinidad and Tobago from a very Trinidad-centric position, but which I think is what we've been seeing because the seat of the central government is on the island of Trinidad. And so sometimes we forget that there's a history for Tobago. And so when I'm doing tours, I tell people there are three histories. There's the history of Tobago, there's the history of Trinidad, and then there's the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And so if we look at that evolution in the context of independence, we see that, yes, there's a unitary state, but also we have a level of autonomy that resulted in things like the rainforest being the oldest legally protected reserve, specifically geared for conservation. And I know people used to say in the Western Hemisphere, so I'm here to tell you that on the UNESCO website, it says the oldest. So this island that you probably can't see from satellites, led the way in conservation before the world was going green. And this idea of the Sustainable Development Goals, And sometimes we need to remember that even though we're a small island, we've been making impactful decisions
and
and
that's
leading the way
important.
for a
Yes.
very long time.
That is so important. And, you know, for those who were not aware, yes, Tobago has its own history. And when we talk about autonomy, it doesn't mean that anyone is vexed with anybody or, you know, we're looking, as I hear a lot of people talk about secession, what they want to do, and they can't do this and they can't do that. But we really have to understand where we came from as we chart the way forward. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I think it's in, if I have my dates right, 1788 or 89 about, Tobago was joined to Trinidad. But Tobago still...
In the 1800s.
Right,
but
18, yes. But Tobago still had its own method of system of taxation and governance. But I think it's in 1799 is
1899,
when...
yes.
Right, yes, 1899, where you had that official, we became a ward of Trinidad.
So this is where, again, we look at how to tailor the content.
Right.
On some official websites, so I mean that this is information that is out there, but it's phrased a little funny.
Right.
Because Tobago became a ward of the colony of Trinidad and Tobago. And what does that mean?
Yes.
The two islands were separated into administrative districts called wards.
Yes.
And so Trinidad had a number of wards, and the island of Tobago was considered a single ward.
Right.
But it wasn't a case where Trinidad sort of adopted Tobago. It was the colony of Trinidad and Tobago. And so even in terms of saying the colony of Trinidad and Tobago, and recognizing that it's not like you're a ward of the state.
Yes, yes, where you have somebody who is making decisions
No,
for
it's
you.
not that. It's
right,
an administrative district.
Yes.
So in law, sometimes you see it on documents and so on, and that's what they mean.
Right.
And so even re-educating people about certain words that we use in everyday language, and you know, just taking a step
and
a
understanding
pause.
the context.
Correct.
Yes.
And so again, the evolution of governance on the island is something to pay attention to, but always remembering that yes, we've always had an element of self-governance, not because, according to you, we vexed anybody.
Yes, yes.
Right? I don't know if I have time to tell a quick story just to sort of
Sure, go right
emphasize what
ahead.
this means.
Sure, go right ahead.
So the book written by the wonderful Susan Craig James.
Yes.
The book called What Mean These Stones? There's a story on page 166, right, about Tobago and the legislature. There was this enslaved woman called Fanny, right? Elderly woman, and she decided, listen, you're not supposed to send me in the field to work. Them hard work and saying,
past that.
So she went to the government office to complain on the plantation owner to say, this is not right. Remember, this is somebody who is enslaved.
Right.
She went on a Thursday, which was the free day for people who are enslaved. That was market day. She made her report. Her boss find out, and he punished her. What? Who tell him to do that? Well, they stripped him of his post on the legislature.
Okay.
And they took away some of his other, you know, additions and so on. And again, that was done by the magistrate on the island of Tobago.
Right.
Not in Britain.
Yes.
Not in Trinidad.
But right here. Yes.
And so even when we look at things like slavery, and we see that when we come to island governance, there are certain decisions that we've made for ourselves that reflect how we treat people.
Yes.
And so we have to also appreciate whether or not we know that we're good enough to make the decisions that we need to make. And not necessarily thinking, well, somebody else has to do it because we're too small.
Yes.
Or we're not good enough, or we don't have the information. The information is there.
Yes.
When you come to the Assembly Legislature on Jerningham Street in
Right,
Scarborough,
yes.
yes, we are going to be delighted to have you every single time.
Right. And that is so important, understanding, you know, who we are, what we can do, and our potential. And I want us briefly, because our time is running out, in terms of modern day, today, looking at the whole concept of autonomy, and though you would have touched on it, you know, what it means for Tobago in terms of the context of independent Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. So I want to start, when we talk about modern day, I want to start in 1980, where Act 37 was created.
Yes.
We had a chairman, We didn't have a chief secretary.
Yes.
The chairman was in charge of everything. So executive powers sort of had that
Rest with
person.
him.
Right.
Right.
Jumped to 1996, where we had some changes in the THA Act, Act 40. The thing is, although that act focused on separation of powers, which is a principle in the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, there were some changes that sort of also made administrative decisions also a bit difficult in some respects. There are 33 areas in the Act where the THA is responsible for those things. But in terms of administratively, there are some areas that are still gray. And so there is work to be done in terms of improving the letter of the law when it comes to the THA Act. And I know that there's some conversations now about what is on the table in terms of what Parliament is doing. So I would like to encourage people to pay attention. It doesn't mean that you have to be from Tobago, born in Tobago. Just have an eye out because you're concerned about what democracy looks like.
Exactly.
Right? From your own participation. And so that is relevant to everyone.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So,
and I like how you interjected that with it's relevant for everyone, because a lot of persons, even from our sister isle, thinks it's a Tobago issue, but it's a Trinidad and Tobago issue.
And I know you said we do have a lot of time, but let me just give an example of what that looks like. Tobago has about 200 nautical miles on the northeast, if my reading of the map is correct. Right. So when Trinidad and Tobago were joined, it means that you're now talking about one body of water.
Yes.
Imagine a big circle around both islands.
Yes.
The thing is, those 200 nautical miles, where did they go? The THA Act gives 6 nautical miles to the THA.
Right.
So the other 194 went somewhere. It went under the central government. So even when we talk about what the union looks like, what democracy looks like, what the law looks like to ensure that democracy is preserved, we have to think in very logical and physical terms. Something as simple as access to resources.
Yes.
When the sea around us.
Right.
You know? So yeah, the rainforest, 1776, that was Tobago.
Right,
and those are the things that we should appreciate and again pay attention to when the conversation, comes up in Parliament.
Yeah, and for me, it's the little things sometimes pop out. So, company registries has gone fully online and there's a cross system. And when you are registering now in that system as an individual, you have to put your address. If you live in Tobago, the options after you put your street address, it's a Scarborough, I think Canaan, I'm not sure if Crown Point is there. And there's a third option. And I don't live in any of those areas.
So you live on the
So I am like, okay,
somewhere.
what am I going to choose? But I look at the options. If I put a Trinidad address, everywhere is Samoa, Laventille, San Fernando, Maribel.
So what happened with the rest of Tobago?
And so things like these are, things like this pops out to me. Somebody sat in Trinidad and created this beautiful online system, but I cannot select correctly where I live. So I have to select Scarborough, and I don't live in Scarborough. That's not my mailing address.
Right.
So I think, even in that may seem simple to someone, but you can't overlook us like that here, because any little nook and cranny that's a neighborhood in Trinidad is there on the drop-down list.
Right.
And Tobago just has 3, and I'm like, this is so incorrect. I'm forced to choose something, and that's not my legal address. But for me to complete the process, I have to select Scarborough. So don't come and look for me in Scarborough. I don't live Scarborough. All right. So Sophia, thank you so much for spending your time this morning with us. And really, viewers, we have to take it upon ourselves, take the initiative to understand our history, Trinidad and Tobago. All right, Tobago, we're talking all things Tobago this morning. Understand who we are, where we need to go, and stand up for democracy, because it's not just for us today, but for those who will come. Viewers, stay tuned, and we have one more guest coming up on the other side of the break, so don't you go anywhere.
Go in. You have to stop it. You have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it, everyone.
That's it. That's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release.
Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun, and Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on.
From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival.
Down here in Tobago. In Tobago.
Whether you're chipping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making my plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Like this.
Don't worry, my wife will fuck it up. Make me happy whenever you fuck it. So me play very hard, fiesta, fun, fiesta.
This one is for the people and them who don't care what nobody else have to say about them.
Them none of cash, broke where you have, boy you know about.
It's too early for that.
Too early, good all.
They do but then enough nine. Girl, go the club, girl right. Nice.
Who's the one friend can drink all the alcohol no matter what?
Put a bottle and spoon and a cup in my hand and a winding up on me man.
Dream.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. I am your host, Natalie Seeley Richardson, and of course, we are outside. We are at the Magdalena Grand Beach Resort, located in Lowlands, Tobago. When you are driving into Magdalena, you feel as though you are somewhere. Somebody said you feel as though you are somewhere exotic, and I said, but Tobago is exotic. Like, that's how you are supposed to feel, right? So for those of you who haven't been here for a while, you know, nobody's paying me for advertising, but I can tell you their buffet breakfast, you know, they have their dinner, lunch. birthday celebration, you just give them a call and get the hookup. All right. So sitting next to me this morning is Miss Onika Bristol, Senior Events Coordinator at the Magdalena Grand. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And welcome. Reminding our viewers, we are talking about all things independence on the island. So we started off with instructions about our parade, what to expect tomorrow. We spoke about our history because it's important to understand where we came from, where we are heading, and now we're on the lighter side because as Trinbagonians, we know how to lime, we know how to relax. So tell us about this event that's happening here tomorrow, August 31st.
So we started Independence Party in 2019. It's a premium all-inclusive event. It's tomorrow right here at the resort from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And it's not just an independence party, we're also catering for the kids as well. So we have our slumber party that's also from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. as well.
Okay. So tell us a little about that because I think persons were asking, you know, what does this slumber party for the kids mean? And is it that if I don't have a sitter, what can I bring the kids? Who is going to be supervising them? What type of persons are going to be, you know, watching my child?
Yes. So with the slumber party, we have qualified staff members that will be supervising the kids. The slumber party is an experience for the kids as well. So while the parents is all having a good old time, the kids is also going to be having a good time in our slumber party. We have 2 or 3 qualified staff that's going to be there as well. Slumber party include they get to watch movies. They're going to have light refreshments. They're going to have board games and activities happening. So the kids is going to be busy at the slumber party.
Right, and let's talk about the adults now. What can they expect?
So it's a premium all-inclusive event. So you have premium drinks, you're going to have the petit fours. Bars is going to be inside, outside. So everywhere you turn around, you're going to have a bar. We're going to have the fireworks, and we're going to have top-tier DJs as well. So from Mighty Crush to Angel Journey, Caution Sound, DJ Silver. It's going to be catering for all aspects and all persons.
What's the cost for the event? Because maybe some viewers are hearing about this for the first time and said, well, we're not doing anything much tomorrow evening. I want to be a part of that experience.
Tickets for the event itself, for the premium all-inclusive, is $400 per person. You can get tickets on Island e-tickets, or you can also purchase tickets at the resort. You can contact us at 660-8500 if you are looking for further details. Tickets for the slumber party is $100 per child.
Tell us a bit about the genesis of this event. Why did Magdalena Grand decide, let's have this event, and why August 31st?
Why not celebrate independence? Why not celebrate independence? We wanted to bring in the community with us while celebrating independence. It's a tradition that's been happening for 62 years. So we said, why not be part of that? So we came up with an idea of, let's do a premium all-inclusive. Let's elevate it and do a premium all-inclusive event and have it at a reasonable cost. Have it where the kids can also come in and enjoy themselves. Give them that little last lap just before school open as well. So that they can have a good time just before school opens back as well.
And what's the cost for the kids?
The kids is $100 per child. Right? And the event itself is $400.
All right. So viewers, if you were looking for something to do, or you heard about the event but didn't realize that babysitting services come along with it. And I mean, for those hours, if you had to hire a babysitter, I think it will be more than $100, right? So check it out if you really are interested. And it's something, again, to celebrate 62 years of independence. We all have various ways of celebrating. So if you are on the island, even if you are visiting, this is an event you may want to be a part of and experience. So I will allow you to share your independence greetings to our viewers at this time as we look to wrap up.
All right, come on down to Magdalena Grand tomorrow from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. We are celebrating 62 years of independence by having a premium all-inclusive event. Bring the kids. We have a slumber party for the kids. And also, if you want to stay overnight after the party, we have the rooms available. We have our rates from $11.99 per night for a king room, and that includes breakfast as well. So we are ready for you, and we look forward to seeing you.
And there you have it. Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. Viewers, again, thank you for spending your Friday and allowing me to come into your space, whether it's at work, home, even on the road. Just remember, look out for those around you as well. And I just want to say a special good morning to our viewers who were on this morning. Miss Suzette James, RJ Allen, Suzette Hazel Simon, Miss Fraser, and the others. Thank you for always choosing us and helping us to be #1 here on the island. So, see you next time, and remember to stay safe.
Get ready to celebrate with us in style on the 31st of August at the Magdalena Grande Beach and Golf Resort for our premium, all-inclusive Independence Party from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. A premium drinks inclusive event with top DJs, fireworks, and a slumber party for the kids for only 100 TT. Tickets for this premium, all-inclusive event is only 400 TT at Island E-Tickets and the resort. For more information, call 660-8500. Mark your calendars now for this premium, all-inclusive Independence Party.